America should move on from Epstein-Trump. Iran-US to hold nuclear talks in Oman on Friday. Human Rights Watch warns of growing authoritarian trends in U.S. Zelensky reveals 55,000 Ukrainian soldiers killed. Iran unveils new underground missile base. The U.S. Justice Department has completed its review of millions of documents tied to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking investigation, concluding that there is not enough evidence to bring new criminal charges. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said the files contain extensive emails, photos, and correspondence, but none that clearly support prosecution. Despite the federal review ending, the case remains active on Capitol Hill. The House of Representatives is continuing its own inquiry, with former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton scheduled to testify later this month after lawmakers threatened contempt proceedings. Victims and several members of Congress are also demanding additional disclosures, arguing that some relevant documents may still be withheld. President Donald Trump has urged the country to move on from the scandal, saying no findings implicated him and reiterating his denial of wrongdoing. However, the controversy continues to attract public and political attention. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has confirmed that nuclear negotiations between Iran and the United States will take place Friday morning in Muscat, the capital of Oman. Araghchi thanked Oman for hosting the talks and assisting with arrangements, highlighting the country's role as a mediator. According to Iranian media, the discussions will focus strictly on Iran's nuclear energy program and the possible lifting of sanctions, with other geopolitical issues expected to remain off the agenda. Araghchi will lead Iran's delegation alongside senior diplomats, while the United States will be represented by White House Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. The meeting marks a renewed diplomatic effort between the two nations amid ongoing tensions, with observers closely watching for signs of progress. Human Rights Watch has warned that the United States is showing signs of authoritarianism under President Donald Trump, as global democracy declines to its lowest level in 4 decades. In its annual report, the rights group said Trump's return to the White House has accelerated what it described as a downward trend in human rights worldwide, adding that the rules-based international order is under growing strain. The organization accused the administration of disregarding human rights, pointing to aggressive immigration raids carried out by masked federal agents and policies it says weaken democratic checks and balances. Human Rights Watch also criticized what it called racial scapegoating, retaliation against political opponents, and efforts to expand executive power. The report further alleged that the United States engaged in enforced disappearances by deporting more than 250 Venezuelan migrants to a high-security prison in El Salvador, where some later reported torture and abuse. Ukraine's president says about 55,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed since Russia's invasion, with many more still missing. Volodymyr Zelensky revealed the figure ahead of the war's 4th anniversary, as ceasefire talks continue in Abu Dhabi to try to end Europe's largest conflict since World War II. He noted the death toll includes both professional troops and conscripts, but did not provide an exact number for those listed as missing. The new estimate is higher than the 46,000 deaths he reported in early 2025. Independent analysts believe the true number of casualties is far greater. A Washington-based research group estimated that nearly 400,000 Ukrainian troops have been killed or wounded since the war began. The United Nations also reported that Russian attacks killed more than 2,500 Ukrainian civilians and injured over 12,000 last year alone.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard has unveiled a new underground missile base, signaling a major show of military strength amid rising tensions with the United States. The facility was revealed during a visit by senior military leaders, including Armed Forces Chief of Staff Abdolrahim Mousavi and Aerospace Division Commander Syed Majid Mousavi, who reviewed the readiness of Iran's strategic missile units. Officials say Iran has boosted its deterrence capabilities by upgrading ballistic missiles across multiple technical areas. Mousavi added that the country has shifted its military doctrine from defensive to offensive, following last year's brief war with Israel, focusing on rapid, large-scale operations and asymmetric warfare. The announcement comes as Washington increases its military presence near Iran and warns Tehran to reach a deal or face possible consequences. Mousavi also cautioned that even a minor U.S. misstep could trigger a regional conflict, warning that no American would be safe if war breaks out.